If you are left-handed, you're going to hold the background color, which for me is the white, in your left hand, and the contrast color, the motif color, the color you want to pop, you're going to hold in your right hand. And what that does is it keeps the right-handed color, the red in my case, in a lower position when looking at the back of the work. It's a little confusing because this is upside down, so why don't I turn it around for you? If you look here, you can see the red, which is the color I hold in my right hand, is in a lower position than the white when looking at the floats. And that makes a slightly longer stitch here for the red, giving you a bigger stitch. The yarn has to travel a little farther, and that's going to make the stitch a little larger on the front, making it pop a little more. Now, that's not universally true. A lot of it matters how you tension. I tension, I don't put as much tension on my left-handed yarn, so sometimes I have to switch. We're going to knit 1 with A, so I'm going to do that Continental style, just like that. And then we're going to knit 5 with B, the white. Now, you will see as we are doing this, 2, 4, 5, that because I am holding them like this, my red one is just staying lower than my white one. So knit 1 with A, and then you're going to knit 5 with B. And so you're going to do that all the way around. And you will notice I have this habit. I don't know if you've noticed already, but I have this habit of stretching out my stitches on my needle as I go. And that is a learned behavior that will help improve your tension. It's one of the things I actually really like to recommend to people, that if you just, like, it's pretty much every time you change color, you just spread those stitches out a little. It's gonna keep you from pulling your contrast color too tight, right? Because if you look at this, let's turn it the right way here. I've got these long floats here that are 5 stitches wide, and it's really easy to pull these too tight when you're knitting. So if you just spread those stitches out on your needle while you're knitting, it's going to help make sure that that float is an appropriate length for the 5 stitches in between. Otherwise, you're going to end up with really puckery, you know, if this is too short. These stitches are going to end up really small, and these are going to get kind of puffed out. And yes, and we'll come on to that more in a little bit. So I just wanted to point out that I'm doing it already without even meaning to. There are more things we can do to improve our tension, but for now, I'll just point out how I'm doing that, because it is so second nature to me. I can't not do it. And it's easy to overcompensate too. I used to have the loosest gauge when I was knitting colorwork, because I was so worried about knitting too tight that I really overcompensated. Now, you'll also notice the other thing I'm doing. I am keeping my white yarn next to my left hand and my red yarn next to my right hand. But by keeping it near the hand you're knitting with, you're going to prevent tangles in the back and twisty yarns. It's not going to hurt anything too much if you get your yarns twisted. Depending on how you twist them, it can show through on the front.